everyone, welcome to Raja IAS study group. So today we are going to discuss the topic of rice fortification, which comes under the category of your social issues paper, right? Recently this was in news because your Union Cabinet Ministry, the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs CCEA, it has approved that we are going to distribute fortified rice under all government programs, right? So historically in India, the rice fortification has been implemented since 1962. In 1962, for the first time, the government of India decided to give fortified salt with iodine, and ever since the issue of क्या आपके टूथपेस्ट में नमक है came up, right? So we have been fighting that battle, and since 1980s the government made it compulsory, right? In not as per the government, but according to some private studies, the fortified food materials, their shelf life or food fortification just lasts for less than 45 days. So it is not advisable to store these foods for a long period of time, right? Now let's get to what food fortification exactly is, right? As per Food Security and Safety Standards of India, the nodal agency for deciding what standard of quality of food we should have, right, who gives the ratings to food companies, as per FSSAI, food fortification refers to deliberately, intentionally increasing the content of essential micronutrients in your food through artificial induced processes, right? The target is to increase your health levels with minimum risks, right? So that you can have a better healthy life. Now this is an infographic. The source is Ministry of Consumer Affairs and Food. Chiefly 4 foods are being fortified: rice, wheat, your edible oil and milk, right? So let's get rapidly cover what all things are there in it. So rice fortification was introduced in 2019. It is fortified with vitamin B12, your iron and folic acid. Food fortification ki cost comes around this, and at that time the implementing states were around 15, right? Then your edible oil, the fortification was introduced in 2018. It is fortified with vitamins A and D. Implementing states were all states implemented it. Acha, whatever, whenever any food is fortified, even if you see these milk packets, you'll find a sign of F plus on it. F plus means the food is fortified. Total cost is still not available. Then food fortification of wheat was introduced in 2018. Wheat was being fortified with vitamin B12, iron and folic acid, also includes zinc, etc. if required. And milk fortification was introduced in 2017, fortified with vitamins A and D, right? Very essential. So and it was implemented by all states, right? So this is how the industry or the market of food fortification in India has evolved. Now for the fortification of food, rice particularly, there are various technologies involved like coating, dusting and extrusion. You coat your rice grain with micronutrients, you either dust them with micronutrients, or the third procedure, which is highly applicable and said to be beneficial for India, is extrusion. See, extrusion mein what we do is we fortify rice through with the help of rice kernels, right? So we make them through by passing them through a your extruder machine. What happens is you take dry flour, and then a certain amount of water is mixed in it along with micronutrients. Then it is passed through extruder machine. Little bit of kernels are formed, which are then dried in exact shape of your regular rice, and then they are dried and packed and then dispatched for usage, right? So this is how your rice fortification works. Now next topic is, what is the need? How did the need arise for rice fortification? Why this extra process is to be added to your regular rice? A, malnutrition among women and children. We have covered already this in our live lectures on social issues on Fridays in number of times. Health standards of India, health status of women and children in India is in dire condition, right? Then food ministry, according to food ministry, every second woman in country is anemic and every third child is stunted. So this directly impacts your demographic dividend. And hence your future workforce. So if your future is not healthy, born healthy, how can a lot of money will be involved in healthcare, and instead of adding to your economic prospects, it is going to be a huge burden on your public exchequer, right? Now why rice is being chosen? Because per capita consumption of rice in India is said to be around 6.8 kgs. A lot of population, around about 2/3 of population in India eats rice. Almost everyone eats rice until and unless they are diabetic or they have some other health issues, right? And it is a very safe option to provide micronutrients to poor, because rice is distributed in almost all states through PDS in India. Right, now what are the standards for fortification? So these are the standards. 10 kg of FRK must be blended with 1 kg of regular rice, so that there is no difference in taste, right? So these are the standards, and as per your Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, rice has to be fortified with iron, folic acid, vitamin B12, right? These are the quantities in micrograms that have been given as standards, right? Rice may also be fortified with zinc. Zinc is very helpful for your skin. So it if anyone has eczema problems, zinc is advised to them for application, for intake. So zinc is important for you for skin purposes also, right? Then vitamin A, vitamin B1, vitamin B3, vitamin B2 and vitamin B6. These are the respective quantities of vitamins and nutrients that are to be fortified as set by the Government of India. I have already told you, food that will be fortified will be packaged with sign of +F. This is the infographic, you can go through it when you get the PDFs in the groups, right? Milk is fortified with vitamin A and D. Salt is double fortified with iron and iodine, right? Let's repeat it again. Wheat is fortified with iron, folic acid and vitamin B12. Your rice is fortified with iron, folic acid and vitamin B12. Your oil is fortified with vitamin A and vitamin D, right? So these are the foods and how they can be fortified. Now the scheme, the fortification of food scheme has been implemented in India in 3 phases, right? 2 phases are already ongoing. The total cost that will be incurred is around 207 crores in this process, and this total expenditure will be borne by the Government of India in the form of food subsidy, and this program will be going on will be extended till June of 2024, right? 3 phases mein we are going to cover this program. Phase 1 will cover your integrated child and health development schemes, and your PM Poshan program, which has already been going on in India, and it will be implemented by March 2020, which is under implementation already. Then your phase 2 is going to start. Phase 2 will cover your phase 1 plus all the aspirational and high burden districts that have been identified total 291 districts have been identified in India. Your TPDS refers to Targeted Public Delivery System, and OWS is other welfare schemes, right? So through TPDS and OWS we are going to target this. I've taken this from PIB. If you want to see the whole information, you can go on PIB and then you can see it. And in phase 3 will cover phase 1, phase 2 and all the above remaining districts of the country, and hence the fortified rice or fortified food, whatever the government plans, how the scheme evolves, will be distributed to the most needy, right? Now historically, if we see how this is involved, there has been a centrally sponsored pilot scheme on fortification of rice and its distribution under PDS, right? And it was implemented for 3 years beginning from 2019 and 20. Then in 11 states it was seen, we identified one district which was in dire need of supplying these fortified foods. So from 11 states, one district was picked up and the fortified food was supplied to them. The states were Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Chhattisgarh, Uttar Pradesh, Odisha, Telangana, Madhya Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Jharkhand, and it was a successful project, right? It was implemented successfully. This is the historical aspect of it, how the scheme has evolved. Now there are a couple of concerns around the scheme. First, food fortification actually helps with the micronutrients, actually helps in benefiting people's health. This has not been proved scientifically anywhere, right? So there is an inconclusive evidence. It is thought to benefit people, but there is no hard concrete evidence on it, right? First issue is that. Then government is supplying other necessary iron supplements to women and children through folic acids, iron tablets, through other wellness programs, other health programs. So it is a major concern that people, this program may lead to excessive intake of iron and further lead to many other health issues like high BP, hypertension, high cholesterol, etc. Right? Then because it is an externally induced program, it might lead to toxicity because the absorption of nutrients that happens in body, it happens along with other chemical reactions that are going place. So that might lead to toxicity. This might also lead to cartelization of farmers and the PDS companies, right? The rice is going to be procured from somewhere, so this might cause cartelization and black marketing in the country, right? Also, this might lead to decreased value of natural food. So farmers may not get appropriate price for just simple food, normal food, and it might actually lead to decrease in the health condition of people, right? So these are the major concerns about it. Now you'll mention this is our old friend, Sustainable Development Goals. I hope you all have remembered it by now. I've said it time and again. That you have to learn them. You have to code them in your answers. Only then you can increase the quality of your answer. So please mention it in comments that this scheme of Government of India is in line with which of these sustainable development goals, right? This is all for today. Paper is just around the corner. Stay tuned in, keep learning, keep watching. Thank you so much. Bye bye.